are live. So want to say welcome everyone to the Food and Beverage pitch battle. We Startup Grind are partnering with Metro Collective to bring you 5 founders and have some great pitches here. We have a quick run of show, right? We're gonna have the 5 food and beverage startup pitches tonight. We are going to go through 5 minutes worth of pitch, 3 minutes worth of a Q&A, and then we'll transition to each founder. We'll take a little pause where the judges go and deliberate, and we'll come back and announce the winner. Hopefully we'll get this done in around 60 minutes. We'll be tight on schedule here. I will be the timekeeper, so you might see me pop in and out. And we also have a prize pool. So this go around, we're actually partnering with Wefunder, which is a crowdfunding for equity platform. So the winner of this will have up to $2,500 prize if they choose to raise on the platform, also get a discount fee. We also will nominate the winner for a membership for Startup Grind's startup program membership. So that'll be programming and content from headquarters. Our founders have a pool of resources out in Silicon Valley. So again, content and connections out there. We're gonna send the winner some Startup Grind swag. So last year we had some hoodies. We'll send the winner, the winner team, some gear. And Upstate Venture Connect also will be providing a book they published from interviews with several founders in the region. It's called Upstate New York Founders Playbook. And I think they're going to be working on new editions every year. So a growing collection. But with that, I want to say thanks to everyone attending. Thanks to our fearless founders for jumping in and throwing their hat in the ring. And then we also have some great judges here. So I'm going to let each one do a quick intro. I'm going to start with Maureen.
Great. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining tonight. I'm Maureen Bellatore. I'm the founder and CEO of 29 Design Studio. We are a creative agency for food, beverage, and agriculture brands. I also own Port 100 Cowork, which has a location in Geneva and another one in downtown Rochester. And I recently launched Metro Collective, which is the co-host of tonight's event. We unite people in shared spaces across upstate New York. So you can learn more about that at metrocollective.com. Thanks for being here. Jen, since you're unmuted, can I turn it over to you?
Absolutely. Thanks, Maureen. And thanks, Michael, for inviting me. I'm Jen Smith. I'm the director of the Grow New York program, which is funded by New York State and administered by Cornell University and is a food and ag startup competition for early stage startups working anywhere in the agri-food system, from the furthest upstream farm operations down to a packaged good that you would walk in and grab off a shelf like a granola bar. We're looking for startups that are ready to scale quickly. And we are planning to open applications in May. So if you're interested in learning more, I will drop the link to our website in the chat.
Laura, do you want to go?
Sure. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Laura Fox O'Sullivan. I'm the president of the Commissary, which is a food business incubator and shared kitchen in upstate New York, located in Rochester. We are the only one of our kind in the region. We're home to about 30 startup food businesses, mixture of caterers, packaged food goods, everything in between. We look forward to hearing from you all today. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Tom Seymour. Would like to thank Mike for inviting me here tonight. Thank you all for joining. You are in luck tonight. You have a great presentation coming forward with these companies, and you couldn't ask for a better panel of judges. You really do have an amazing group. Mike, kudos on recruiting this group to judge. I work in a business development role for Bison Bag Company in Lockport, New York. My background is in technical for flexible packaging, and I am a generalist for packaging overall. So I know a little bit about everything, but really specialize in flexible. I've been fortunate enough to have worked in co-manufacturing and co-packing food manufacturing. So I have a pretty technical background in food manufacturing, processing, food safety, and equipment. And I am an active networker and mentor, and some would say a habitual volunteer. If you go check out my LinkedIn page, you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't say no to many people, which I think is a good quality. So really thankful to be here tonight and looking forward to hearing these companies pitch.
Michael, you want to get us started with the first pitcher?
Yep. I am enabling him right now. We have Laurice Amista from Maestri della Pasta. And apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correct. But Laurice, I'm going to ask you to get set up here. And once you're able to present, we'll kick off the timer here. Judges, I'm going to kill your cameras for the presentation part. All right, Laurice, you all set up there? Laurice, it looks like you're muted. Laurice?
Can you hear me?
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to kick off your timer now.
All right. Thanks a lot. Well, good evening to everyone. My name is Laurice Amista. I'm Italian. At the moment, I am in Switzerland, and I am going to present you a little bit of our company. We started this idea by looking at the trend of the pasta market. So we know that in 2021 there was produced about 14.8 million tons of pasta around the world, and 75% of this was consumed in Europe, and the other 25% was around the world. So pasta today is one of the most consumed produce in the world, and we, as Italian, of course, we eat it from the really start when we born. So the idea for me when I started this company 2 years ago was to develop a very faster way of selling this pasta and producing at the same time with little stores around Europe to start with, and then to make a very profitable and scalable business that is easy to expand very, very quickly. We started this company in Luxembourg. Then we opened in Switzerland and then in London as well. So we have 3 main locations active. The numbers that we've done during this period of time during the COVID, these 2 very difficult time, was impressive. Last year we closed with 67,000 customers served and 13.4 thousand kilos of pasta sold and 9,000 kilos of sauces that we sold. All of this with 4 units, and we made an increment of the selling revenues plus 288%. I'm sorry about my English, but sometimes it's very late, and sometimes I don't speak very well. So I give you 8 reasons why our format and idea of story is very good. The first one is we chose the design of very small spaces. So you can imagine that one store is between 25 to 30 square meter. And this type of space is very, very limited, and we have to think about, we have thought about how to make it very, very condensed. And this, because the space is very, very small, we can reduce the cost of staff. We make our own pasta in front of the customers. So we produce it with a machine, and then we cook it directly in front of the customers. We have developed a centralized production as well. So in Italy, we produce our own recipes, and we have come across all the logistic issues. So we manage to control everything because we make the sauces frozen. And the frozen system help us a lot with the logistics and reduce tremendously the cost. We don't have any waste in the kitchen because, of course, all the sauces are prepared. We don't need a chef. We don't need specialized people at all. In less than 2 weeks, we can train and they're able to up and run. We have eliminated all the dishes. We use, of course, recyclable paper, and we are very, very fast in serving. So our core business is eating, delivery, takeaway, and retail. We can sell our own produced pasta and our own produced sauce. We have our own little jars, or you can buy by kilos the pasta if you want to. So we have a very large menu with 73 combinations.
30 second flurries.
Yes. So there's a lot to talk about. In 5 minutes is very difficult, but to conclude, it is a very scalable and profitable business for anyone who want to join us. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm gonna enable the judges now. All right, got 3 minutes, guys.
Great. Thank you, Loris, for that presentation. You mentioned just now at the end that it's very profitable and scalable. Can you talk a little bit about how you plan to scale?
Yes, it is very easy. At the moment, in these last 2 years, I managed to put together all the procedures, the operation systems, the operations manuals. We standardize all the recipes, and all the processes inside with the hygiene and food security control is all up and running. And we managed to test this, as I said before, in a very little space. If you think that on a Saturday, like last Saturday, there was Easter time, we managed to do nearly 350, 400 covers a day per store. But again, the store is very, very little. We're talking about 30 square meters. I don't know in feet, to be honest, but there is a very, very little space with 3 people on board and 1 guy serving outside, taking away the rubbish or whatever is necessary. So with these numbers, we can, because the pasta is a very poor, if you think, product, because we use flour and water, okay? We have a lot of profit margin in there. So we can make, we have a very large scale of margins, that profit that we can make for each dish. If you think about in Luxembourg today,
let me just interrupt you for 1 moment. So
Yep.
because you've answered my question, and that you plan to scale to more locations, and
Yes.
I thank you for that. And I want to just make sure that the other judges have a chance to ask you questions as well. So thank
Sure.
you for that.
Sorry. Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
that's
maybe-
okay.
Maybe this will piggyback on that. Help me understand the key differentiator here. Is it the recipe? Like you said, the pasta is just flour and water. What is the key differentiator that separates this pasta and sauce from another's pasta and sauce?
Is the system. Is the system that we developed, that is a chain system from the produce to the mouth of the customer. So there is a long list of sequences that we managed to do in a very schematic way.
Got 10 seconds. Go ahead, Jen.
With 10 seconds, you made the claim of being zero waste. In the next breath, you talked about disposable serviceware. So there's a little disconnect there for me. Can you tell me what you mean when you say zero waste?
Zero waste means that because the sauces and the pasta and all the process are sequenced, we don't waste any food in the kitchen, never. So we don't have the food for the day after. We use it today and we consume all we need today. Finish. And nothing is waste. No, we don't throw anything away. No meat, no food, no nothing. And it's the same thing for the packaging as well. I mean, the waste of the package, of course, we need to waste because it's paper. But I was talking about food. In the kitchen, usually you waste about 10-15%, of produce.
All
And
right.
this is a big saving as well because you can make more margin on that.
Thanks, Loris. I'm adding Margie right now for our next pitch. Hey, Margie, how's it going? Let's test your audio real quick. Margie, it looks like you're still muted.
Here we go.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna turn myself off. It's like you're all set. Starting your timer.
Okay. My name is Margie Traxler. I'm the founder and CEO of Grain Free. And what we make is we make baking mixes. Hang on a second. Are you guys getting reverb on? Okay, going. It's echoing back towards me. So anyway, in 2004, my then 6-year-old daughter bent over screaming. I thought her appendix had burst. So we rushed to the emergency room, only to have all the tests come back negative. And so we left and we're like, what? My sister, who studied to be a natural nutritionist at the time, she suggested it could be food or a combination of food. So I found the best conventionally and oh no, but that's conventional and
Hey, Margie.
natural. Yes.
You are getting, it's like in and out. It's not reverb, but
Yeah, I don't know why. I wasn't having that before. So what should I do?
is there a different mic you can be using, or do you have a headset in or something?
No, but hang on. I could put my earphones in, see if that helps. Hang on. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you start talking. Well, you can.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Is it
reset.
still reverb? Can I log again?
Yes, we could do that. I'm gonna jump to the next pitch
Yeah,
and let
okay.
you try to reconnect.
Because it's super hard with the back. Okay.
All right. So with that, we can let her reconnect. And then we're going to move next to favorite flavors with Will McDouglas in the meantime.
How's it going?
There we go. Hey, Will, I'm going to turn myself off and let you kick off.
All right. Let's get it. All right. My name is Eli Tate. I'm Will McDouglas. And we're Favorite Flavors. We're here to help you get lit. Okay? We're going to take some time to talk to you about who we are, how we came to where we are today, and the future of our company, Favorite Flavors, and how it all began with our love for sharing food with people. So Eli and myself, we've been in the food industry for 30 years combined. We worked in multiple facets of food, from fast food to fine dining, and we just grown a love for food and a compassion to just create flavor that's diverse, multicultural, and all natural. So we both wanted to have this dream of starting our own business. So we sat down, we talked, and we realized that we both had a knack for sauces. So that's where Favorite Flavors was born and came a reality for both of us. And then we started working on our signature barbecue sauce. And the reason we chose barbecue is because we realized it's an industry that is blowing up. It's an industry it's a multi-billion-dollar industry globally. And last year, according to Market Watch, it was a $25 billion industry here in the United States. So we plan on maximizing on that and just expanding on what's already there. We have a product that's great. We're not just a business to consumer, but we're also business to business. And what makes us different is probably what you're asking. It's the fact that we're family oriented, partner driven, and we have a drive to connect with people. And we have a love for people, and we want them to experience our favor on the flavors that they experience. Our goal is to bring something new to the market for everyone to experience, something you've never tasted, seen, or experienced it before. Hence the name LIT,
which stands for Lost in the fill in the blank
sauce.
Lost in the sauce, lost in the moment. On our packaging, it says lost in the signature barbecue sauce. And that's what we're actually working on right now. Our signature barbecue sauce recipe meets multiple facets of different dietary needs. We wanted to ensure that it did that. You know, no dairy, no gluten, soy-free, vegetarian, made in the USA, and with 100% all natural ingredients. That means no corn syrup ever allowed in any of our sauces that we make. We just wanted to have fresh ingredients and delicious flavor. Our packaging design is eco-friendly, reduces our carbon footprint, and increases shelf life, maximizing our product to packaging ratio. And if you want to know how we were able to accomplish that, it was because instead of going with a plastic bottle or a glass bottle design for our sauces, we went with a pouch. And we got these pouches from Impact Packaging Corporation. And with us working with them, we were able to create a one-of-a-kind unique packaging design that is not like nothing you've seen on the market. It's eye-catching, it's captivating, and we really think that once we get it on shelves and get it in people's hands, they're going to want to give it a try just because of how fun and exciting it looks. But the taste and the flavors is what's really going to make people want to continue to purchase and take part in our sauces.
So not only did we want to create something that was attractive to the eye, that was great for flavor, but it was something that just maximizes flavor for families, individuals, and restaurants alike. We plan on maximizing our revenue stream with collaborating through restaurants and caterers by creating signature sauces for them, using our flavor style and our unique design of mixing ingredients together with an all-natural base and creating a signature sauce seasoning or dressing for them, for their specific restaurant or catering. That's a future revenue stream that we plan on tapping into. And we also plan on working with local nonprofits to develop one of our signature sauces to have a foundation so that all the proceeds from that will go to the community through that foundation, so we can help with restoring community, rehabilitating, and giving back to those who are from where we're from. And hopefully that expands a lot further. So this is only the beginning of a line of products that range from barbecue sauces to salad dressings to dips to seasonings and spices. And that's what Favorite Flavors is.
And we also are in the process of developing an interactive app for customers and families that will make a fun, entertaining way for people to create a sauce at home on their phone or on their tablet. And even if you just wanted to do it for fun and enjoyment, or if you wanted to use it for a business purpose to be able to create a sauce.
30 seconds, guys.
Collaborate with us. That's totally fine. And that's going to be part of who we are, because Favorite Flavors, we love making fun flavor experiences and memorable moments for people to get lost in, because we know that the way to converse with people, to best converse with people, to get to know one another, to help people to get their guard down and to connect with people is breaking bread at the table. And that's who we are. And that's what we're about.
Fun family experience. Now let's get lit.
That's a wrap. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, judges.
Hey guys, thanks for the pitch. Your energy is great. Can you tell me how you plan to get on shelves?
Well, how we plan on getting on shelves.
I've networked with a few local stores that have already established the interest for shelf life. Once the product is fully produced, then we'll be talking to mainstream distributors, such as like local stores as Wegmans and Tops and Walmart. Also, we've been connecting with local restaurants to establish some type of pre-sale once the sauce is made where they could sample. The sauce is actually in production now and the packaging is in production now. So we'll be ready for business to business before business to consumer. And where that's our goal is to attack our business to business line first and then go to consumer where because the packaging is more edifying to the eye.
And in my opinion, our drive and one of the biggest key differentiators from us and other businesses is that we're really going after social media through like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and creating fun interactive videos with us using our sauces. So I think that's really going to create a want and desire for people to just want our sauce and for ultimately companies to want to have our sauces on the shelf because it's going to be a one of a kind and a fun sauce to give a try.
Great, thanks.
You're muted.
Thomas, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
sir.
All right. So from a product stage standpoint, you said that the product is in production or getting ready to be in production. Has this product already been through all of its paces with regard to shelf life and thermal processing requirements, and so it's ready and you have a co-packer and you're ready to launch out and run the product to scale?
Correct. Yeah, we're working with Paul at Craft Cannery, and he put our sauce through all the tests, and he said that it actually has a 5-year stable shelf life. 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Sorry.
It's 2 years, but it's that, and we've already got the process from Cornell, so we're in the process of him manufacturing it for us.
Okay, thank you.
I guess to add to the sales point, another thing that I believe will catch the eyes of consumers is the part where we develop one of our signature sauces will be specifically developed for a nonprofit foundation, and we've been working and networking to see what best fits what our goals are through that. Just through our foundational belief and integrity, we want to make sure that we give back through there. So
we're all about community and building one another up, and that's just who we are.
So thank you. I can't hear.
Good to go, Michael.
You're muted, Michael.
Muted myself there. So Will, I didn't mean to kick you off there, but we're moving forward. How are you doing, Margie?
I'm back now with no reverb. Oh my gosh, this is significantly better.
All right. Ready to give it another shot?
I am.
All right, I'm going to drop.
Okay. So again, my name is Margie Traxler. I'm the founder and CEO of Grain Free Mamas. Grain Free Mamas makes eating healthy at home super simple. Back in 2004, my then 6-year-old daughter bent over screaming, and I thought her appendix had burst. So we rushed to the emergency room only to have the test come back negative. What we found subsequently from a doctor, we flew across the country to go see the best natural and conventionally trained doctor. 5 minutes in his office, and he said, well, when Anime eats wheat and sugar, it's making a toxic punch and it's burning holes in her intestines. And that statement changed my life and it birthed a passion in me. We went out, I was telling her, oh, don't worry about it, it's good. So we go to the grocery store, we're walking hand in hand down the aisles, and all of a sudden it's not a friendly, warm environment. And that we got the best looking gluten-free product we could. We stood outside the store, took a bite, and poof, the stuff explodes like sawdust in our mouths. And in that moment, we made a pinky promise. I said, Mommy's a scientist, Anime. Someday we'll make the products and the resources that we wish were available for us today. And that set me on my adventure. You know, traditional baking mixes and baked goods undermine health. Everybody knows that, but everybody loves them. And just like me, they don't, consumers don't want to have to make a choice between good health and good food. And yet that same void that was there in 2004 is still there if you go in the grocery store today. The grain-free offerings of today are filled with almond flour and nuts. The almond flour and the nuts are not, they're hard on the environment. They're hard on our planet because, it takes so much water to produce nuts, and everything we make doesn't have nuts in it. So here's just to give you a glimpse right here. This is our products and educational materials, because that was my pinky promise, the products and the resources. People need help in knowing what is healthy, what can they eat safely. They need an education so they can make good choices. Our value proposition in the products, they're edible grasses free, which means they're gluten, grain, and sugarcane free. No corn, no rice, no sugarcane additionally. Botanical nut free, dairy free, soy free. No flavors, artificial colors, preservatives, nothing, none of that in there. And the best part, they're super quick and easy to make. I apologize for this. It keeps jumping without me. But if you look on here too, you look at our competition, we offer a superior price point for servings. And that came about during the pandemic. I decided I wasn't going to go with the way of shrinkflation. And instead, we mildly raised our prices from what our original launch was going to be for retail, so that we can give our customers twice as much product at a way better price. And that puts our price per serving as far superior for products of our kind. Plus, we have additional benefits as well. The two markets that we're going to be in initially is global prepared flour mixes, which is, they're super robust markets, and then the global gluten-free pizza crust. And the reason I have global on there is that we were a part of the U.S. Department of Commerce Trade Winds mission to the Middle East and Israel. And actually just today, I finished my intake form to start working with a distributor in the United Arab Emirates. We're also a part of Kahi's family. We're ready to go live in their portal as well, now that the supply chain is unencumbering itself. And that is why we've precipitated, that the market's not going to open up, the ports aren't going to open up so much on the West Coast. And so we've moved all of our operations to the East Coast up with Pure Functional Foods. And we're super thankful. You guys have great things happening up in that corner of the US. So as far as me, yes, I say they're great, but what do our customers say? Our customers love them as well. We've done a soft launch of our crepe and pizza crust mixes, got them out there, and people are finding us. We went with a totally natural, organic marketing, not non-marketing, I guess, just getting the product out there on Amazon, Walmart.com, and then through our website. And the people love them. People are desperate looking, just like my daughter and I have been since 2004. We look at every new product that comes out. But why now? In addition to autoimmune rising, and we saw the ravages of the extra inflammation in the body.
30 seconds, Margie.
That there's 422 million people that are having trouble with diabetes. You look at all these stats. So that's why we're a B2B, and we retail and food service pricing. We're ready to go on both fronts. The team is ready to be activated, but what are we waiting for? We're waiting to have our seed investment. I've been totally bootstrapped up until now, and I'm at the end of what I can do personally. And now we're out raising funds. Thank you.
Oh, right on time. I'm going to add the judges. Great presentation.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to click stop sharing. Oh, got it. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about the first glitch. It was giving me a lot of feedback.
Whatever you did seemed to work. So,
Laura, you haven't had a chance to chime in yet. You want to kick us off with a question? Do you have anything?
Sure. Yeah. And Margie, you did mention, just to take a second, you said at the end that you're looking to do both B2B and B2C. What have you been doing up to this point, and where do you see your focus moving forward?
So up until this point, like I said, we have the soft launch out, just natural organic sales. We're ready to go live. I've met with more retail buyers than I have, food service, but I also have that as well. Since we use a contract packaging partner, if we have a purchase order, really, do we have to pick? No. And so our thing is this: if you have special, like if you have a special diet and you go to the hospital, there's nothing you can eat. So why would I limit our company as well? You know, we will have a food service division. We will have a retail division. The distributor that we're working with in Dubai sees us. He really wants to get us into the hospitals and institutions and special, because there's such a need. You know, the people that I'm talking with in Canada, the Canadian government, I'm actually a dual citizen, but the Canadian government is trying to have new food initiatives for their school lunches. That's something that I'd like to be involved in the US and there. I am involved with the United Nations Sustainable Food Goals, especially number 2, zero hunger.
Margie, that's great. Can you kind of drill down on what there are clearly a lot of different channels that you're going to work in and a lot of different geographical zones that you're talking about. What comes first?
Well, the first is, it's two-part. One, because we've moved during the pandemic, when I let it go out organically, I would say 60% of our sales were to the Northeast. And so that was part of the reason I was looking for a co-packer in the Northeast to begin with. Because if you don't like, honestly, if you don't like pretzels, you got trouble back east. Okay, it's not that way on the West Coast. So we want to launch out in the Northeast, probably in the Lehigh of KeHE's distribution centers through their distribution center. At the same time, we're also going into the United Arab Emirates, potentially Israel as well. But in Israel, it would be a co-brand with another company that actually has product going out there. And then from there, it's as we grow. So, you know, we have a lot of demand for the product, but we can only grow as fast as we can and be feasible. We don't want to, you know, I was a business owner for 25 years in the restaurant lounge industry. And one thing you don't want to do is overcommit and underdeliver. And so we're super careful to only launch out with what we can. So honestly, the purchase orders go to the ones who get here first and the ones who are willing to work with us as we grow.
That puts us at time. Thanks, Margie.
Thank you.
Next up is going to be SWIPS. I think we have Joe and I think Jordan is your interpreter. I'm going to enable Jordan, both your screens. Just let me know what you need here.
Yep. All right. Let's get started here. If you guys can see me on your end, I'm speaking on behalf of Joseph. All right, great. Hello, everybody. You see me?
Is that Jordan speaking?
Yeah, I'm speaking on behalf of Joseph. Joseph is speaking, though.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just quick for the. It looks like the screen's being shared. Joseph has an interpreter, right? So just be mindful the voices and the audio might be coming from different areas. But with that being said, it looks like you guys got your presentation up. I can hear you. I'm going to kick off the timer now and get myself off the screen.
All right, great, everybody. Hello. I just want to introduce to you all SWIPS, where splitting bills is as easy as pay it, split it, done. All right, so picture this, right? You and your friends are going out to this brand new Italian restaurant, right? It just opened up. The food is fantastic. Conversations are funny. Nothing can ruin the evening. And then the bill arrives. And then at that point, you think to yourself, how are we going to pay this? All right, well, you could. You have one person pay and then have everyone pay that person back, or you could all pull your money and pay as a group. But no matter which way you choose, you're going to be forced to go through that bill splitting process. And through our research, we did find that bill splitting sucks. 90% of the people we talked to told us that they found bill splitting to be slow. 71% said they would be confusing. So you got to ask yourself, what do they need? Well, we know that they need a hassle-free bill splitting process. We know that the best way to provide them with a hassle-free experience is to bring transparency and accessibility to the bill splitting process. And how do we know all this? We conducted over 140 interviews, picked out 2 people that we interviewed that we felt were representative of the entire pool. Now, Ansley here says that she hates it when she pays for a friend's share of the taxes and tips. A common problem. Bailey says it's aggravating when his friends take upwards of 3 days to pay him back. And who are we targeting? We're targeting people like Jacob Lynham. When we talked to Jacob Lynham, he told us that he goes out to eat about 1 or 2 times every week, usually in a group of 4 or 5. In addition, he usually collects payments through mobile apps such as Venmo or Cash App. And finally, he's always budgeting how much he should be spending when he's out with his friends. And you might be wondering, okay, so how many Jacob Lynhams are out there? Well, with our potential annual revenue of $10 per person targeting adults on a budget in the United States, the total US bill splitting market is valued at $2.6 billion. Next, for socially active young adults on a budget, the market is $306 million. But we anticipate achieving $14 million in sales within the first 4 years of business, targeting people in just New York State. Now, our value, what do we bring to people like Jacob? For socially active young people on a budget who need a hassle-free bill splitting process, Swips is an expense sharing tool that provides transparent and accessible bill splitting experiences. Unlike Venmo or Fuse, Swips offers the ability to send multiple bills at once, scan receipts, and pay over text message. Let me show you how that works. It's a simple 3-step process. You just add your friends, you add the amounts that they owe you, and then you split it. It's really that simple. And we also have specific features that we like to offer. We have group splitting. So you select how many people who you want to split a bill with and how much of each of them will pay. We also have receipt scanning. Through our research, we found that calculating who owes what is a common problem that people have. All you need to do here is upload a receipt image and tap menu items and delegate that to each person. The app automatically calculates their portion of tax and SIP. Now, no SWIPs, no problem. If your friends don't have the app, don't fret, as you can send them a link through a text message for them to pay their share through our website. Swips has a competitive advantage in the market by offering transfer funds, splitting features, and receipt scanning. Now, even better, guests who don't have a Swips account can pay through text message, unlike our other competitors. Now, here's our business model. We collect fees from users as a primary source of revenue. With each fee being 1.5%. How that works is basically fees will apply towards an instant withdrawal service for users who want to automatically transfer from the Swips account to their bank. Another fee will occur when a user pays a bill through text message. And I'd like to introduce our team, the Core Swips team. We're surrounded by the same beliefs and drive for success. Now, I'm Joey, the leading project manager for Swips. Chris here is the business developer for us. Weebin is our front-end developer and works with Edward, the back-end developer for the Swips app. Aside our team, we have 2 advisors who provide transparent feedback and support for our startup journey. Now, the next time you're at that Italian restaurant, don't even worry about splitting the bills. Swips has got you covered. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'm going to get the judges turned down here.
Was I being recorded that whole time? Could you guys see me?
We saw your presentation and the whole session is being recorded. Is that helpful?
Okay, got it. All right. I didn't realize
But
that my
no,
camera wasn't working.
There was no video of you, of any people presenting, Jordan or Joseph.
Correct. Sorry. The presentation was displayed.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So what I'm using is a Jordan through FaceTime because it's easier for us to communicate. It's a little bit of a bigger screen. So that's probably causing some problems. The internet doesn't seem to let me come up on screen with you guys. So sorry if this is a little bit awkward here.
No, the sound is perfect.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I have can I start with the question?
Yeah.
So I'm most familiar with Splitwise. And it was helpful to see in your presentation, which was very informative, the differences between the competitors. With them being your closest competitor, it looked like what are their revenue streams like compared to yours?
Unfortunately, Splitwise is very private about their revenue streams. They can't release that sort of information. They pretty much have about 10 million users on Splitwise, but we don't know how much exactly they're making per member. I know that they have a subscription model. Other than that, we don't really have much else information. I wish I had that for you.
So to clarify, and what you just shared was helpful, but to clarify, so you don't know if it's, you mentioned the 1.5%, if their percentage is higher, lower, and then the fee with the text messaging and all of that. Is that also?
Well, yeah, that's a great question because we're a little bit different in our model. From Splitwise, they offer that free app. They don't provide any sort of monetary transfer within that app. It's more of a personal recording device, so that way you don't forget the exact amount. But they do have some sort of a subscription model, though. For example, they basically it's not available for everybody, which is different than ours. Ours would be made available to everyone at a 1.5% surcharge to anyone who wants to immediately withdraw their balance from the account. You do also have the option of withdrawing. For example, this could also take 1 to 3 business days to get it free without charge. A person who wants to pay through text, they will also have a that could be free if they have an account, or surcharge if they don't.
Thank you.
We've got time for one more question if judges have anything.
Could you just reiterate for us very concisely your value proposition in terms of what you tell your customer makes you unique compared to these competitors?
Absolutely. Great question. And our value proposition is essentially we're making that possible to pay multiple bills at once. Receipt scanning is also a value proposition where our other competitors don't have that. We also, for example, Venmo has that sort of concept designed into it, but it's not designed for a group splitting process. It's more to peer-to-peer. You bill them once, that singular amount. But if you were to submit multiple bills at once, you would have to do that in an individual process. We can make that a unified process. You just scan the receipt, and then you just delegate who's buying what, and then it does the math for you. Venmo or anybody else doesn't do that.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, guys. Great presentation. And I'm going to be getting Tosin set up. All right. Tosin, are you with us? Looks like we just lost him. Well, pause for a moment. Judges, I'll ask you, check the scoring sheet. Get that.
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Looks like
Really
we're
sorry.
back.
Yeah, these are some of the little challenges we face in Africa. I'm really sorry for that delay.
All right.
Yeah, my name is Tosin.
Hey,
Right,
Tosin, I'm going to start, okay?
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Tosin, right? And I'm a co-founder of 500 Chow. 500 Chow is building restaurants franchises for underutilized commercial businesses in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So let me just quickly dive in, right? We have about 143 million online food delivery users that were expected to see come 2026 in Africa, right? And that brings the market to over $50 billion. And despite this significant size in the online food delivery market in Africa, we still have over 500,000 underutilized, commercial kitchens and food business owners, right? So a lot of people set up local restaurants or hotel pubs and bars all around, but are unable to get customers. And this is really because they lack standardization. They are unable to leverage online channels because back here, not everybody is well educated to leverage technology, right? And they also have very poor branding skills and poor marketing skills. So at 500 Chow, what we're doing is to create virtual food franchises, right? And then franchise these food businesses with, or rather franchise these food businesses to the underutilized food businesses, right? So we create a food franchise, let's say called Burger King, for example, and then go on the streets and identify the restaurants that prepare grills, burgers, and meals associated to what Burger King currently has, and then we franchise that food brand to that local restaurant. So they start to cook meals in our own recipes and also cook meals with our own menus, right? And then we deliver to customers online. So that way is a win-win for both parties, because these restaurants were already underutilized and we're not getting online traction, and we're able to partner with them to get online traction to customers within their locations. So what we offer to these food businesses is not just more sales. We also help them improve their culinary setting. So we help them improve on the taste of the food. We help to work with them on the recipes. We help to train their cooking staff and their kitchen staff, right? And we also help them to go through the phase of packaging and understanding how important packaging is for food delivery, right? And after that, we are able to onboard them to our platform and plug them to the multiple channels of sales that we have. So we currently, leverage food delivery apps. We also leverage our own website, which currently live, foundedchild.com, through which customers can easily just order food from any of our locations around them and expect it to be delivered to them under 20 minutes. So far, we've been able to, and from those 30 kitchens, we've been able to generate an average of $2,000 a month for each kitchen, bringing our GMV as of today to $60,000, right? And we are just scratching the surface. We see ourselves to be better than competition. Our competition right now would be other traditional food franchises that demand over $100,000 from business owners so that they could get access to this franchise. Doing my research, I could see that Burger King, KFC, and McDonald's all charge over $100,000 for food business owners to get access to these franchises. Now we provide these franchises for free and just charge our food business owners a gross sales commission of 10%. And so far that we've been able to sell over $60,000, we've also been able to make 10% for ourselves, making our revenue so far to be $6,000. And our competitive advantage over these big businesses, like I just said, is that we have an asset-light model. Now, unlike these big businesses, we just have to partner with an already existing local restaurant and make that restaurant better by partnering with them with our own new brand. But KFC and Burger King would have to set up real estate and then finance the assets that will be used to cook food all around that location, and then still have to spend extra money on advertising so that they can increase sales from that outlet. We don't need to invest any of that money in real estate or in assets, because we are already partnering with people that already have that, right? And we're just giving them the ability to sell their meals online and make more money. Another reason why we have very serious competitive advantage is because we build, or rather, I would say our founding team has the ability to build scalable technology, and we are already very, very much focused on solving our problems with technology. I have a background in economics. I studied economics at Coventry University, and my two founders studied computer science and economics at Coventry University as well. And I used to be a product manager.
30 seconds, Sophie.
Okay, so I used to be a product manager. My rest of my founders also used to be product managers and software engineers at different startups in Africa and also for the World Bank. So we really believe that this is a big market, as in Africa, 75% of orders done online are being done by these big franchises. And we believe that if we can build our own franchises on top of the local businesses, we'll be able to better distribute income and, cause good effect for these businesses. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Tucson. That was a great pitch. One of the questions I have for you is about your fee structure. So you mentioned that your franchising fee is free, but they pay you 10%. I know that with the food delivery apps that they typically also charge a large percentage to the businesses to do the delivery. Is there room for these businesses to still make money after paying the delivery fees to those apps that are doing the delivery, as well as an additional 10%?
Yeah, so for sure, we in our cost structure, we made sure that we made room for that, and we even went as far back as connecting a lot of these food businesses with wholesale marketplaces. So like Vendies, for example, where I used to work, they provide food supplies at very low rates to these restaurants. So we're able to really make sure that the margins work for each and every one of the outlets that we work with. Yeah. So they make margins even more than they used to make before they met us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
If you could, oh, I'm not on video. If you could kind of summarize your central value proposition in one sentence, what would you say?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we are helping local food business owners that do not know how to leverage online technology or technology in any way to get more sales. And we're doing that by creating virtual food franchises, right, that would sell in different localities. So I can create a local African dish franchise and franchise that to local business owners. I could create a grills franchise. I could create a sandwich franchise, depending on what to sell in different locations. So we're just helping them increase their sales by using the franchise model and technology. I don't know if that's clear.
Can I ask a follow-up, Michael? Do I have time?
Yes, you may.
Do you consider it sort of almost a service, a consulting service, as much as anything else?
Well, in some way you might think that because we are like helping them with the problems they have and it's something they can scale past, but no, we see it more like a franchise in the long run for us. We believe that what we're really giving them, especially because we're giving them our recipes, right, and we are the ones developing those recipes, so that's why we don't really see it as a consultation service. We see it as more yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tosin. That is our last pitch there. Thanks everyone for pitching. That was awesome, and I appreciate everyone's. Oh, go ahead, Maureen.
So there was just someone in the chat that was asking about pitching. Steven, is he not pitching?
Oh, where?
Steven, what can you tell us in the chat what your business is?
Steven, would you guys want me to add him?
If that was everybody that we had on the roster, then I think we should stick to those. I just wasn't sure if there was a miscommunication there or something that you were aware of. So I think if there wasn't anything else that you were aware of, then let's go into deliberation. Thanks.
All right, we're gonna do that. Judges, I'd say on this screen now there is a networking tab and there's a judges booth. If you guys could join that, I will meet you there momentarily. I am going to put the founders back up on the screen, and I'm also add Nuzat, who's going to help us. Nuzat, I'm putting you on the spot. And I would ask the folks in the crowd, if you have any questions for the founders, feel free to put them in the chat. They should be able to see those questions and respond. We're going to sneak off. We should be back in hopefully 10 minutes or less. But this will give you a chance to ask the founders any questions that the judges didn't ask that were top of mind to you. And then, Nuzat, if you could help moderate, I'm going to throw you to the wolves here.
I don't know if anybody can see or hear me.
There is should be good now.
Hi. Michael, can you report, repeat where Tom and I are supposed to go? I don't see a judges tab.
So it doesn't seem like I'm available to be put on video. I think technology is making that a little bit complicated. So I'm just going to have my interpreter speaking for me again.
1 second. Tom and Laura, on the top of the screen, you should see a networking option. There's 3 agenda stage networking. You click
so
on
I have to say, yes, it's okay that I leave this session.
Yes.
That's what made me nervous. Okay.
I don't see it.
It's right next to the pitch stage logo, I want to say.
All right. All right. Everyone else stay here. We'll be back shortly.
Hi everyone. My name is Nuzhat. I don't know if you guys can hear me, so any indication that you can would be nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, Nusa.
So I am an international student at Rochester Institute of Technology. I'm originally from Bangladesh. I don't know if you know where that is. It's a tiny little country beside India. So I actually have a lot of questions. That's why I'm here right now. First of all, I do want to start off with SWIP. I really was really like interested in the technology that you're using. Now, a little background to that is that I am a computing and information technologies and cybersecurity student at RIT, and I'm a program manager for Microsoft. Before which, I worked at Constellation Brands in product and UX design, and developer for Wegmans. So as you can tell, technology is always gonna capture my attention. So Slip, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I really wanted to
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
technology
Hi.
you're using for the receipt scanning, as well as transferring that over into integration with other payment methods.
Okay, yeah, great question. Right now we're in the early stages of development. We're also at RIT. I'm a grad student. So I'm about to graduate this May. We do actually have two people working on our team that's also RIT students. So we have another student on our team who's I think not RIT, a recent grad, but working at another location currently. Yeah, we're doing a lot of research. We do have some good news though that we just started working on accepting, application testers. So if you are interested in signing up, feel free. Right, we have I have a link that we're about ready to send out to our potential candidates because the receipt scanning is with functionality right now. So 1 second. The receipt scanning technology, so we are sort of integrating that with other companies out there. We have agreements to sort of trial and error it at the moment. Right now, we are using, or rather focusing on the IMS. It seems like that's the only available thing for, I think we're hoping to come out on Android this summer. Right now, our team is playing around with how the apps can work and, figure out any bugs that we can.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. I was just really worried that right now, like I was looking at your team and it seems that you have one front end developer and one back end developer. And I was like, you're implementing a lot of technology for two devs.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, we're a small company. We're slow. With the one on the front end has done a ton of work. It's been incredible. He's working on it every day. But in the meantime, we need to expand that team. We need to get our developers on board. We'd love to go ahead and connect with you offline and see if we can't chat more about this. That'd be wonderful.
Sounds good. I would love to do that. I also
Okay.
got a DM from someone. I don't know what that means. I will check back on that DM in a bit. But yeah, I would love to connect on campus. Assistant for UX design, so I can send you all the user testing methods, heuristic evaluations if you need. Just get in touch with me, and I would love to help out with application testing. But moving
Great.
on,
Yeah,
uh,
I would love that.
I have yeah, awesome. I have another question for this time. I do. It's Grain Free Mamas. Am I getting the company name right, Margie? So you mentioned
Yes.
that you're partnering up with companies in UAE. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so the United States Department of Commerce people, like they reached out to me, the government reached out to me and they wanted me to apply. So I applied to go on this trade winds mission and so it's like all these different companies. There was I think I was the only food company from the US, but the reason that they chose me is because every country in the UAE wanted to meet with me in Africa, right? So, and that's because everyone worldwide, contrary to what we think here in America, everybody's having digestive issues. I mean, they really are with the foods, and it goes back to the baked goods. And so, yes, I met with people in Dubai, and one distributor already is the one that's already onboarding us. And then there's two of the biggest, like Lulu is one of them, but the biggest grocers are also very interested. I've had follow-up calls from South Africa and Kenya, and then also I had meetings in Israel too, because again, people want to eat healthier. And now, especially with what's happening in the Ukraine too, now there's going to be a shortage on a lot of ingredients, and mine don't have those ingredients. So, yes. So anyway, that was kind of how that came about, was meetings, right? I was there the first half of March over there for International Women's Business Day too. And just so you know, that was really cool. So
That does sound cool, and that's why I was interested. Specifically because I know that a lot of people, like for example, I was born and raised in Bangladesh for like 19 years, and then I came to the US for my undergraduate degree. And a lot of times I'll hear like other people complain that, especially like international students, that once they come to the US, they develop a lot of food intolerances and allergies here, and which they
yeah,
didn't in like other parts of the world, which is so interesting to me. So it's always
yeah.
nice to see new products come out in that space.
Yeah, they were actually a little surprised, I think, that this little American company has all these super healthy products with no chemicals of any kind in them. And that is the difference. Actually, a lot of things are approved in the United States that are not approved for use elsewhere, ingredients.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that
it's
is
pretty
pretty
crazy,
crazy.
actually. Hmm.
That is pretty crazy.
So,
I also feel like a lot of chemicals aren't
yeah, I was going to tell you
explored
too.
in other countries.
Yeah, here's just another little plug here. So I developed during the pandemic. I developed a grain-free for beginners course. It's an education. It's an educational course that just teaches people on the backside how you read labels, what chemical terms are, all this kind of stuff, why on different ingredients, what's the history of it, so that people can make an educated choice on what is healthiest for them. So I actually have that is just launching now. So
We love that. No,
our
that's
website.
wonderful. I actually take care of like 53 freshman kids on one of the dorms, and everybody has a very unique food allergy. So just, hearing about that is really cool because I didn't know anything about that back in my country, which is I was raised in one of the most polluted cities in the world. So we just eat whatever. Um so it's really nice to hear about this. But I really love all the food like surrounding pitches here, especially like I don't get to work with that a lot. So I was also really interested to know about, I forget um the name of the company, but you guys worked on the sauce and you were working on the signature sauce. I want to say Will McDouglas. I know you were working on it. So can you just tell me more about your story? Like why did you specifically want to work on that sauce?
Uh, it's Favorite Flavors is our company, and our brand is lit. And it's just we work with a lot of different flavors, and we wanted to create something that was good for everyone. Because I know dealing with sauces, like I have kids, and I know a lot of people, and when depending on age ranges, it might be too hot, too sweet, too whatever. And the sauce that we created is simple ingredients, no artificial flavors, no preservatives, no food coloring, no corn syrup. It's just it's wonderful. We use a few ingredients that I really, after doing some research, really aren't in a lot of the staple mainstream barbecue sauces, and that's what really sets our flavors aside. And also, it gives other people an opportunity to see that you could use one of our interactive parts of what we do in like the videos that we use a lot of social media to reach our audience, and what we try to do is illustrate how the simplicity of cooking and flavor and how to incorporate flavors through what you have available. So not only do we want to create a sauce that's budget friendly, that's diverse in diets, but we want to create an opportunity for those who invest in us to get something back out of it. So, from consumers to other restaurants or caterers, there's always going to be an open end on the other side to where they could experience working with different flavors, different seasonings, different ingredients that you didn't think could make something great. And that's really what the concept of our flavor. So that's kind of what we did with the signature barbecue, and it was that we've done, and I've created it a few times. We've mastered it for our company, but it's a sauce that I've done in various restaurants that has high request. So, and I've always made it in house. So it's great. And then we came together and we mastered the sauce, and we got 3 sauces that we're gonna start with, and we're gonna jump to a marinade and a salad dressing, and we use all natural products, and we don't use any artificial sweeteners, no artificial coloring, no nothing unnecessary. So, and we absolutely avoid corn syrup at all costs.
No, that's really interesting because as a college student, we always have so many sauces on our shelves in the fridge, and we don't really know which one's good or not. We just consume whatever.
The one that comes in the pouch will be the best.
That looks like a Capri Sun. I love
Oh,
it.
it's
Our
the design.
our
will be
design
different.
is
That's
is
just what the
is
pouch
is all
blank looks
is
like. All
nice.
right, cut us some slack.
No, I love it. No, that's why it's so convenient. Like I know kids will look at it and they'll be like, I want one. Also,
Yeah.
I am so sorry for getting like the company names wrong. I actually didn't know about this event until yesterday, and I was like, I will join in to help out. So it's been great hearing about all of your ideas. Thank you so much for filling me in on all the stories that you guys have.
Yeah, and I was second Margie on that. One of the reasons we wanted to go all natural is because of the how much stuff gets passed through our food, and we wanted to make sure we simplify that. So when we do expand, that we're able to be something for everyone.
We love that. Thank you so much.
Hey, everybody. We're back.
All right. Looks like we got most of the critical mass. Jen's still.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. We got her. Are you guys seeing Jen? All right.
I've been here. I've been.
Oh, thanks. Maureen, it looks like we got everyone back. I'll leave the founders up on the screen. Use that. Thanks for maintaining the dialogue there.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for taking the time to share your businesses with us and pitches and help us understand your businesses and what you're all building and creating. Everyone, very exciting businesses that you're working on and building. And we hope that this was helpful to you no matter what the outcome is. We hope that you continue to grow and build what you are working on. That said, our grand prize winner for tonight is Grain-Free Mamas. Margie, great job. We love the traction that you have in the business and look forward to seeing you continue to grow. We would also, I'm going to open the floor to you in just a minute to say a few words if you'd like, but we also wanted to give an honorable mention, which we do sometimes if we feel really compelled to honor someone else who did an excellent job. And so we want to give that recognition and bragging rights and social clout to Favored Flavors. Your energy that you brought to the pitch tonight, as well as the concept that you had, was really great, and we all thought that you did an excellent job with that. So if you're not one of those two businesses, please keep going. Congratulations on everything that you've built so far. Margie, if you want to unmute and share a few words, and then we can turn it over to Eli and Will, and then back over to Michael to wrap us up.
Well, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You guys have such awesome stuff happening over there in the Northeast in Rochester. I'm not gonna lie, and just listening to all of these other pitches. You know, if I was going to say anything to anybody else who maybe hasn't been doing it as long as I am, don't just get up and take another step forward. And when you get to the end of the day and you're discouraged, go to sleep, wake up, and keep moving. And I just really appreciate this. So thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Congratulations. Eli and Will, anything to add?
I just want to say congratulations. We were consulting and we were like, yeah.
We're like, man, Margie's she's gonna knock us out of the water. We knew that was coming. It was great. We felt the same passion and the same zeal that we have for our product and our mission that she had for hers, and the story behind it was just beautiful and masterful, and even just what you said right there is very encouraging, because we have moments where, because we each have families of five kids, and so there's never a dull moment, if you guys can imagine. Just like Laura over there, I know she's been having a wonderful moments tonight, but yeah, so there are definitely days where, you know, we struggle with powering through, you know, but to hear your words of saying, you know, just let the day, you know, day tight compartments and push through and know that, you know, the next day will be better. I think it's just really encouraging. We're happy to see it go to you, because it was a great pitch and we loved it too.
And I would say also congratulations to everybody on here. It's inspiring. It really is, to see so many people motivated to not just jumpstart a business, but have so many contributing factors to their community and trying to just enhance accessibility to other people, just like the network with Swips and I don't want to mess your name up. So just thank you so much for the opportunity and the platform, and you know, we're just grateful for that, and we look forward to seeing you guys, and we look forward for you guys to taste our products in the near future.
Yeah,
looking forward to it. Congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to pull up something that I said in the chat for favored flavors, guys. In particular, made me think of it. I put in the chat an upcoming program. It's an 8-week course. It's 2 hours each week on Zoom. They're recording it. I think it's through SBDC Albany, but it's I think the title is something like Food Entrepreneur Educational Development. And it's an 8-week course about expanding a food product or starting a food product business. So it's $100. You have it recorded. I think that could be super valuable for you guys. Please come check us out. Maureen, come check us out at the Commissary. You guys are local, and it's great that you have a co-packer, but we have a community of startup food businesses. Tom is on our board. Maureen is one of our entrepreneurs in residence. We have a lot of great resources tied around our organizations. Put on our email list so you can come to our workshop.
We definitely will. We also have a catering aspect too, so we definitely definitely on our list. So
now you know.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, to wrap it up, unless anyone has anything else to add, I just want to say thanks for everyone who was able to watch. Thanks for our founders for joining. Very brave souls and great pitches. And also thanks for our judges for joining us tonight and lending us your expertise. With that being said, Margie, I'll be following up around that prize package. Let's say be on the lookout, because I think Margie actually has some grain-free educational resources to share to the group. And then thank you again, Laura. I want to grab that link and kind of share that, blast it out to the whole like mailing list. But we want to share that as well. So if anyone has anything top of mind, kind of food and beverage resources, just shoot me a quick note. So when we do the wrap up, we can put a little like pool of resources together. But again, thanks everyone. I appreciate everyone contributing to the startup community here in Rochester, and love to see you guys grow as you move your businesses forward. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys.
Thank you very much.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.